All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really big one, Arundhati Roy's The Ministry of Utmost Happiness. And this is a novel that's just so ambitious. It's not about telling one single story. It's about weaving together hundreds of them to create this incredible, sprawling picture of modern India. Okay, so this quote, this right here, is really the key to the whole thing. It's not just a beautiful line of prose. It's basically the novel's mission statement. Roy is telling us, straight up, look, if you want to understand a shattered world, I have to tell you a shattered story. And once you get that, the whole book just clicks into place. So the first thing you'll probably notice when you pick this book up is it doesn't read like a normal novel. There's no straight A to B plot. And that's totally on purpose. The whole structure is designed to feel fragmented, to mirror a reality where everything, lives, families, entire nations, is being broken apart by conflict and massive change.
And here's how she does it. I mean, this is the real method to the madness, right? The story jumps all over the place in time. It'll switch from one character's head to another's without any warning. You'll even have major characters disappear for like 100 pages at a time. And she pieces it all together using things like police files and journal entries. Now, I'm not going to lie, it can be a tough read, but you realize it's the only way she could have honestly shown what these shattered lives really feel like.
So you have to ask, what's causing all this chaos? What's breaking everything apart? Well, the novel points a big finger at what we call progress, this relentless, sometimes pretty brutal push toward modernization. And it really forces you to ask a tough question. Who is all this progress really for? And what's the actual cost? And this is where you see that conflict play out. On one hand, you've got all the shiny new toys of modern India, right? The towering skyscrapers, the huge steel factories, the massive dams. But then the book makes you turn around and look at the other side of the coin. It shows you the real human cost, the families who've been kicked off their land, the forests that have been cut down, the entire lives just uprooted to make room for it all. And here's the really crucial point. All the benefits of this so-called development, they all flow in one direction, to the powerful. But the costs, they flow in the complete opposite direction. So the very people who pay the highest price, I'm talking losing their homes, their history, everything they've ever known, they're the ones left behind, just standing on the side of some brand new highway with absolutely nowhere to go. Okay, so in a world that's so completely shattered, where on earth do you find hope? I mean, how is happiness even possible? Well, this is where the novel gives us its most incredible and honestly most radical answer. It finds a paradise, a real sanctuary, in the last place you would ever think to look. And it all comes down to this one really powerful concept, Jannat. It's an Arabic word, and it means heaven or paradise. But what this book does is it takes that idea and it completely turns it on its head. It redefines what paradise can actually be. So where is this paradise? Get this, it's in a graveyard in Delhi. The novel's version of Heaven on Earth is literally built among the tombstones. I mean, talk about a challenge to our ideas of a sanctuary, right? It's saying that hope and life can spring up in the exact place we've been taught to associate with death. So who lives in this graveyard paradise? Well, basically everyone that society has thrown away. It's started by Anjum, who is an intersex woman, a Hejra. And this place she builds, the Jannat guest house, it becomes a home for all the outcasts, all the forgotten people. People from every single faith or no faith at all. Even animals find a home there. It's this incredible place of just radical, unconditional welcome. And setting this sanctuary in a graveyard isn't just a gimmick. It actually leads us to another one of the book's huge ideas, that the line we all draw between life and death, maybe it isn't real. The novel suggests they're not separate at all, but are constantly talking to each other. Think about it. We usually see life and death as complete opposites, right? You're either one or the other. But the novel says, no, that's not it at all. It sees them as two sides of the same coin, totally inseparable. Its characters die over and over again through all the trauma they experience. And at the same time, the actual dead never really leave. They're always there, shaping the lives of those left behind. And you see this so beautifully in these scenes where characters perform what they call second burials. They're not actually burying the dead again. These rituals, they're not for the dead person at all. They're for the living. They are acts of healing, a way for the living to find peace and quiet their own grief. It's this amazing way of showing how connected those two worlds really are. All right, so after all this, after all the heartbreak and the conflict and the shattered stories, you might think this is a pretty bleak book, but it's not. The final message is actually the complete opposite of despair. It's this incredibly powerful statement about human resilience and about how hope can survive in the most impossible circumstances.
And it all kind of boils down to this one phrase that you hear again and again throughout the novel. It's chanted by protesters in all these different languages. It's not a promise, not a guarantee. It's more like a declaration of faith, a mantra. It's this stubborn insistence that a better, more just world isn't just some fantasy. It's something real and something worth fighting for.
And really, that's the heart of it. That's the real, utmost happiness the title is talking about. It's not some prize you get in an afterlife. The real paradise, the true Jannat, is something we have to build ourselves, right here, right now. It's about creating these little pockets of peace where everyone, no matter who they are or how broken they feel, has a place to belong.
So in the end, the book kind of turns the camera around on us, the readers. It leaves us with this really big question. It challenges every single one of us to look at the shattered pieces of our own world and to ask ourselves, how do we start putting them back together? How can we start building our own little pockets of paradise?